morning. Welcome to 49ers in 5, your daily update on everything happening with the team that you need to know. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. Today is Tuesday, May 2nd, 2023. Here's what's happening with your San Francisco 49ers. It's not going to get a ton of attention, but I promise you this is a bigger deal than people are making it out to be. What is it, you ask? It's coaching changes. The 49ers constantly have a rotating staff of coaches, and this year is no different. The team announced yesterday 3 changes in title and 1 new coach added to the staff. First, we'll get to the title changes. Daniel Bullocks goes from safeties coach to defensive backs coach. Andrew Hayes-Stoker goes from defensive quality control to assistant defensive backs coach. And Nick Sorensen goes from defensive assistant to the defensing passing game specialist. New coach is Cameron Brown. He becomes a quality control coach. He spent the last 2 years as the outside linebackers coach at Case Western Reserve University. Now, again, I know you're probably like, who cares, Rob? This isn't a big deal. It is a big deal. The 49ers have had 27 coaches in new positions over the last 2 seasons. This is an underrated skill that head coaches have to have. Because your staff, just like your roster, is always changing every single year, you have to be able to identify and cultivate and develop new coaches to continue that progression, right? To fill the pipeline up. We saw it, perfect example with the defense. Robert Saleh, really good. He leaves to become a head coach. They plugged D'Amico Ryans already on the staff in there. He's arguably even better than Robert Saleh. He leaves to become a head coach, and now it's going to be on Steve Wilks to sort of continue that. But Kyle Shanahan needs to be able to scout, essentially, and identify these coaches to keep the train on the tracks, so to speak. And it's not an easy thing to do. We always talk about the draft and how hard it is to scout players. It's just as hard to scout coaches, and Kyle has been able to do it consistently. He doesn't get enough credit for it. It's very, very difficult, and hopefully his good graces will continue, or good judgment, I should say, will continue into this year. And I know especially like, oh, Cameron Brown's the defensive quality control coach. Gee, Rob, thanks for filling me in on that. It matters. That's how you get your foot in the door. Kyle Shanahan was a quality control coach. Sean McVay, Matt LaFleur, all these people started as quality control coaches. They very often get promoted within a couple years to actual positions that you do care about on the staff. So it's good to know about them right when they happen. The other piece of news that became official, the Niners signed 11 undrafted free agents. I'm not going to go through the entire list, but I will tell you about one, Jack Coletto out of Oregon State. He played, and I'm not making this up, fullback, linebacker, quarterback, running back, tight end, and specialist. So the dude was literally all over the field. 6'3", 237 pounds. Think Kyle Juszczyk kind of H-back player. I have no idea if he's any good. I have no idea if he's going to make the roster, but that is just a really cool thing to keep an eye on. I know this isn't one thing to read, but Matt Barrows has a really cool piece in The Athletic where he sort of ranks all of the undrafted free agent signings in order of their chances to make the team. And there's even a couple of highlights in there if you want to see some of the good plays from these people. A lot of offensive linemen in there, which is good because the Niners didn't draft anyone. And look, we've seen undrafted free agents make contributions before. Looking at you, Jordan Mason. So keep an eye on those. The Niners usually get 1 or 2 good players out of that scrum. We always give you one thing to read, one thing to watch, and one thing you might have missed. Separate from that Barrows column, one thing to read on Tuesday, Angelo Martin of NBC Sports Bay Area aggregated a variety of draft grades for the Niners. If that's your thing, it is a great one-stop shop. And I have to admit, I thought they were going to get crushed, but on the whole, the grades from around the NFL world were not that bad. One thing to watch, I don't think it's official yet, but reports are that the 2023 schedule will be released on Thursday, May 11th. Now, if you know me, you know I love the NFL schedule release day because I really do think the order of the games has a tangible impact on a team's season. Last year, the 49ers did not leave the Pacific time zone after week 11. That matters. So I'm going to be neck deep in NFL schedule talk. May 11th, hopefully, is the day. One thing you may have missed, if you are like me and you get your cable through Xfinity, you no longer have the NFL Network. The channel went off the air yesterday. and was replaced by an on-screen message, quote, "Our programming agreement with NFL Network has expired. As a result, this channel is currently unavailable." Yay. Xfinity also confirmed it no longer has an agreement to carry the Red Zone channel. That's obviously scary, but don't freak out just yet. You don't need the Red Zone channel until week 1. And as we have seen in the past, these kind of disputes tend to get worked out when the deadline approaches. So don't freak out just yet. Just keep an eye on that. And hopefully it all washes out and you'll be back to watching the NFL Network in the fall. That's a wrap on today's 49ers in 5. Please rate, review, and follow the Gold Standard Podcast Network. Enjoy your Tuesday, everybody. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. We'll talk tomorrow.